everyone, welcome to the Hit Squad video diaries. It's been quite a while since I last did one of these. I believe it was about a year ago. I'm gonna start from scratch with the whole shit. I'll tell you a bit about the Hit Squad first of all. The Hit Squad is a cartoon sitcom done in the style of sort of Family Guy or The Simpsons. It's done in pixel animation, which is very low resolution, sort of like an Amiga game or a SNES game or a Mega Drive game, something like that. It's about a bunch of washed up 80s musicians who were mega big back in the mid 80s. They've now hit the noughties and they're crap, they're washed up, they don't know what they're doing, they're taking far too much coke, they're partying too hard, and they don't really know what to do with themselves. It's about their emotional struggle. I started this about a year ago. I wrote all the scripts, I started designing the characters, I sent it off to a few production companies, and some of them were interested, some of them not so interested. Had a few talks and it's sort of hit a rut. So I'm back to the beginning where I'm just going to go, do you know what, fuck it, I'm going to do it myself, which is what I should have done a year ago really. So here I am. I'm going to start straight off by introducing some of the characters to you. First one, the protagonist or hero, is Roddy Stones. He's a bit of a rocker. He is the manager of High Life Studios, the guy that is key to everything that's going on. He's the hit maker, basically, but he's the one with the big coke problem and the big alcohol problem, and he needs the rest of his team to sort of kick him into shape and get them making hits again. Unfortunately, there's some things in his way. The next one is Frankie Miller. He's a tiny little pint-sized cockney. Doesn't really like to wear clothes, loves the women, but he's so ugly he can't really get the women, so he just takes Roddy's throwaways. He looks up to Roddy in this way that, you know, he knows what Roddy's done back in the 80s. He's wanted to help him get back on his feet, but really he's doing it for himself because he just wants to get shagged. So that's Frankie. You've got Charles Whitecastle, who's very much a big Brian Blessed type character who's very, I like music and I want to take this team to the next level. Unfortunately, his ideas are thwarted by the fact that he's amazingly fucking stupid. That's Charles for you. Then you got Mr. Sims, who's the studio owner. He's this old Alzheimer's ridden businessman who has a very specific way of looking at business and how it should be conducted, and interferes with all of Roddy's plans. And even if Roddy does have a great idea to get the studio back on its feet and get the business going again, Mr. Sims will change the studio around, invest in something ridiculous, or employ a new member of staff, for example, which will just stick a spanner in the works, and hilarity ensues. So that's Mr. Sims. Then you've got New Kid, who is my personal favourite character. He is this camp, irritating, in-your-face, ridiculous DJ who's just joined the team, and you don't actually find out his name. Just an arsehole, basically. He's so amazingly talented, but he's so irritating at the same time. He comes up with all these innuendos and everything's a gay joke and everything's a sexual comment. He's hyper and he bounces around, but you can't get rid of him because he's the one with the eye on the ball on the modern music industry, and he knows what he's doing within the industry, so they can't get rid of him. It's kind of irritating for the rest of them because they fucking hate him. So that's that. Basically what's going to happen now is I'm spending a lot of time getting the animation perfect. Scenes are going to be packed out full of tiny little references to the 80s. There's going to be background details that you're going to be able to see and go, ah yeah, that's a reference to that, or that's part of that. And there's a lot of geeky shit in there that people will love, who like to freeze frame and Google and, you know, stuff like that. So I'm making sure it's going to be very dense, full of stuff, and ridiculously silly. I've been changing the scripts I wrote a year ago, and I'm chopping them up into shorter pieces. So rather than being one half-an-hour long episode, it's going to be web-based, obviously. So it's now going to be 10-minute episodes, and they're sort of going to be in little trilogies. So there's going to be a bigger story arc and do it in 3 separate episodes. I don't know why I keep on doing this, it's kind of irritating. So yeah, get used to me looking like this, because I'm going to be doing these video diaries from home all the time. I am not making an effort for you. Remember that the owner of a lonely heart is much better than the owner of a broken heart. That's a fact, kids. Goodbye, adieu, I will see you soon, take care.